Hi there. Listen, this is Editor Carter. So, I made this first video, the first episode, and the entire audio got recorded through my webcam microphone. So then I thought I would start this episode off by doing a reenactment of everything. But after doing some editing, the flow of the episode is a lot better if I just start you off kind of in the middle. So if you want to see the reenactment of where we got to where we are, watch to the end, because that whole clip is going to be at the end of the video. But as of right now, we're just going to start in the middle. You're going to be guessing how we even got to where we are, what we're doing, who I am, and all that fun stuff. So stick around to the end, and you should figure everything out by the end of it. So anyway, that was the first episode that I genuinely did not try to do that. So anyway, that was the first episode that everyone's not ever going to be able to see because it recorded on my webcam audio instead of my microphone that we are now recording on now. So welcome back to the technically second episode of the Nobody SMP. There's nobody on this world but me, and our entire goal is to just try and find friends. So I'm going to go get my stuff from the death hole that is down there, and then we're going to try and go find a friend and do some more exploring. I think I have bones. I'm going to go kill those skeletons, and we're going to make our first friend, and we are going to name him Frankie. No, we're not. We're going to name him... I don't know. We should probably name him first. So, ironically, the death hole actually has the entrance to the lush cave that we were looking for earlier, for the whole azalea tree, and then that whole leading to my death. But I had to... If you look right there, there's some moss, and I think if I go... Look, I think that's the lush cave. So, I think the first thing that we do is we're actually going to use the death hole to get down here. And I know if I go straight down, this is where I get hit. So, all I got to do is make it so the water goes to the other side of the death hole, and I should technically hit water. I don't really know if there's a way to test it out, but we're just going to go down here, and we're going to get this coal. Yeah, see, look, lush cave. We did it, the entire thing. The mystery of the azalea tree solved right there because of me being stupid and falling down the hole, and not on purpose. And everyone's going to say it's on purpose, but it really wasn't. I hear zombies all around me, and I'm kind of scared. Oh, see? There you go. I just don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, actually needed... Okay, we're just gonna run. Oh, and spiders. Oh my god. Okay. This is going so much worse than I thought. Can you climb up berry bush? I don't think you can. Oh, and there's a G... That's actually pretty cool. Okay, ignore... Is that noise someone else, or is that my footsteps? Is that just... Is that... Like, you hear how there's a footstep? Yeah, see? Listen. What is that? That's not me, right? That's not me. What is that? I have no idea what that is. But I thought it was like my footsteps, like... I thought my audio was messed up. I have no idea. Okay, this is really... I should probably, like, get out of here safely. But turns out I choose chaos instead, so we're going to just smelt all the iron we got right here, because why not? And I brought no torches because I have no coal, so we're just gonna do that, and booyah, and just do all this and hide in a hole and get some more iron. Nobody SMP is lonely. I need friends. Okay, we're gonna try and make it out of here. I have not really... Slime cube. Ooh, name it. That wasn't even on purpose. I have no idea how to get out of here. Like at all. I have no idea where my house is. But I'm out of food. So So I need to get out of here. Did I just say I'm out of food and this is literally a... I'm an idiot. This is not the way I came. Oh, wow. I can't even enjoy it because there's people here. Okay. Okay. Yay. I'm so excited. How do I get out of here? I'm scared. I'm gonna dig straight up and try and get out of here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna dig straight up and hope I get alive or out of here. You know, there's something so soothing about sitting on a half slab in water. You know, just like at the perfect level for where you want to be when you're in a hot tub, just like right above shoulders. You know, if it gets, if it gets too cold, you just boom, perfect. Anyway, buttons. Anyway, we made it out of the death hole alive. I have no idea if you're going to be able to see any of that, because it was so dark in there, and I didn't have any of my gamma up. So, I have 0 food. So I basically think, how many times can I say so? We found the lush cave, went down the death hole, died a couple times, got stuck, made some cringy quotes, and now we're gonna get some full iron. We need 1 more diamond, and we'll go get a pick, but I only found the 2 down there, so I am going to reassess, do a little housekeeping stuff, make a nice little farm, and then I think that'll probably be it for the first episode. And then in the second one, we are going to build our dock that we were talking about. I just basically did the rough draft in creative for a couple days, and I got it to where I think it's going to be pretty nice. So we'll put the dock right here. But I think that'll be it for this one. I'm going to do some housekeeping. I will see you guys in the next one. I recorded an entire episode on this world, and the entire thing got recorded on my webcam audio. So there's no audio for the entire first episode of this series. So we're going to start over. This is a reenactment of everything that I did on my first day on the Nobody SMP. Why is it called the No One SMP? Because I have no friends and no one to play with. And then I went and then I said, and what's the first thing everybody does in a Minecraft world? And then I went, boom, and I had this quick, transition, and I made an outhouse because I was scared crapless because there was a creeper right here. But you don't get to see that because the audio is crappy. And then I went, la-di-da-di-da. And I went, ooh, there's a village. So then I came into this village, and then I made a pickaxe, a wooden pickaxe, and I said, what is your only purpose? It is to break 3 stones. And then I went over here, and I went 1, 2, 3, broke 3 stones. But you can't hear any of it. And then I trapped a villager in here for a second, and then I looked at him, and it was like, I can't wait until you grow up so I can make money off of you. And then I went over here and stole something out of this house, and then I went to this house, and I think I trapped another dude in there. Is he still in there? Yep, look, now he's all grown up. See? And then I came over here, and I made fun of these guys because they were stuck in the trough, and I went, haha, stupid, but once again, you can't hear it because there's no audio. And then I said, kids, if you ever steal seeds, make sure to replant them like this. And I got food. That's where I got this bread. And then I found a place that I wanted to build my base, or at least my starter base. And it was over here. And I was like, oh, I'm going to imagine, like a little port side beach, like it's going to be in the water and you're going to walk up the port. And you're gonna go, maybe there'll be like a cafe over here, and then there'll be a long spiral up to it, and then it goes off to the other end of the ocean, and there's fishing places and stuff, and then I made this house that is not a house that I said, don't worry, this is impenetrable, no one can break into here, and then it flashbanged to me getting run up by a creeper, and then I said, well, there's too many trees, and I got rid of all these trees over here. I do have the time lapse though. I wonder if the audio is bad. If the audio is not bad, you're watching the time lapse. So then I said, okay, I got some trees done. I was gonna get more, but then I got bored. So I said, okay, let's go caving. And then I was building this. This was I said, what's the rule? Don't what do they say about building straight down? Don't build straight down. And then I said, don't build straight down. You're gonna don't dig straight down for stuff. And then this happened. And then I went, oh man, that was terrible. And then I stopped recording and I stopped making the video, but I was still recording. And I go, can I grab my stuff? And I went like this. And then I said, okay, we're not going to do that again. And then we didn't. And then we didn't. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go build a mine somewhere. And I started going this way. And then I went, wait, there's an azalea tree. Isn't there only azalea trees in lush caves? And then I went, oh, look at this cool, mine that I made and blah, blah, blah. And really, I just did a stairwell down. And I said, oh, look, I found coal. It was right there. And then I made the torches. And then I went, okay, we're just going to send it. And then I fell down here and I ran scaredless for my life and was like, oh my gosh. And I was placing torches like a madman and jumping every couple blocks. I placed a torch and then I got chased into this little corner right here by a skeleton right there. I was hiding right there. And then I got trapped by some skeletons and some creepers and I barely made it out alive. It was a super dangerous Mission Impossible mission to get out of here alive. And then I went this way and I forgot some. 1 second. Priorities. Oh, just kidding. I'm just trying to give people a recap of what they missed. And then I went up here and I said, haha, everything's fine. I made it out alive. Nothing's gonna hurt me now. And then boom, there was an Enderman. Like right over here somewhere. And I looked at the camera and I said, scary cloud. And then I said, name that movie. Let's see if anybody can get that reference. Oh my God. Where's my house?